I agree with you. We should shut the country down, but it's not going to happen because it can't happen. Not in the US, not on a nationwide level. We are just not as set up as the French are. We don't have 5 weeks worth of vacation. We don't have access to universal health care. We are not as collectivistic as the French are, who have a history of protesting when things go so far out of bounds that the collective is affected. Then they come together. The union leaders call for strikes, the workers adhere to that, and the rest of the population joins in. We are seeing every once in a while local strikes from, for instance, nurses or healthcare providers, or even the railroad workers. We saw that they had their strike and they actually had a reasonably meaningful outcome, which was then voted down by politicians. The United States is not set up and will not in the foreseeable future successfully execute a nationwide strike. We are too diverse, we are too spread out, we have too many unions, too many union leaders, too many individualistic perspectives, and too many people actually agree with what's taking place right now in the United States. But it doesn't mean that it's all over. It means that we have to be as invested and as interested in the political and democratic process as those who are hell-bent right now to take this country down fascist avenue. That means you know who is politically active in your area. You know what they stand for. You know what bills they're trying to pass. You know what they're trying to introduce at school board level, at library board level. I mean, that's the things that you need to be aware of. And then you either need to approve and support or disapprove and oppose. And that requires interest. That requires legwork. That requires the work that the opposition, the GOP and its henchmen, have put in for decades. And realistically, we have 2023 with the local elections to set down the cornerstone that sets us up for 2024. If we don't do it in 2023, we can't expect in 2024 to have a significantly positive outcome. And I get it, not all Democratic candidates are support-worthy. They're not perfect. I'm the first one to say this is a problem on both sides, but only one side presently wants to drive us at breakneck speed down fascist avenue towards a cliff. They are legalizing us into fascism, and after the legal avenue comes the execution of fascism. And in Germany, even back then, they said, oh, it's not going to happen here. We have the same attitude here. It happened then, it can happen here. And the only way that we can essentially avoid that is by being interested, invested, and that we're actually getting to work.